Have you ever had that quiet, heavy feeling, like your life is happening on autopilot? You wake up, check your phone, get through the day, crawl into bed, repeat. And deep down something whispers, there's more. There has to be more. But what if the path to that more isn't about hustling harder or chasing things outside of you? What if it's about changing what's happening inside, right now? Dr. Joe Dispenza says, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. And that's not just philosophy. It's science. Modern neuroscience shows your brain doesn't know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. If you feel it deeply enough. That means, you can literally rehearse your future into existence. And the best part? You don't need anything fancy to start. Just a vision, and the courage to feel it as if it's already yours. This is what today's video is about. How to use the science of visualization to align your mind, body, and energy with the version of your life you actually want. It's not wishful thinking. It's not daydreaming. It's a method used by top athletes, musicians, entrepreneurs, even people just like you, who decided they were done watching life pass by and ready to co-create with the universe. You'll discover how to connect to what Dispenza calls the quantum field, a place where all potentials already exist, and how to tap into it through something anyone can do, visualization combined with elevated emotion. You'll hear how Tom Holland saw himself as Spider-Man before ever landing the role, how Demi Lovato felt her Super Bowl performance before ever stepping on that stage, how Sarah Blakely, long before Spanx was a billion-dollar brand, imagined success daily when all she had was an idea and a mirror. This isn't magic. It's method. And when you apply it intentionally, backed by feeling, something begins to shift. You become someone new, someone who's living from their future, not their past. So take a deep breath. Because what you're about to learn might just help you step into the version of yourself you've always sensed was waiting. Not later. No. Imagine closing your eyes and stepping into a world where every possible version of your life already exists. A place where your dream job, loving relationship, healed body, or fulfilled purpose are all just waiting to be chosen. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls this the quantum field, a space of infinite potential where your thoughts and feelings are the selectors. But here's the twist. You don't access it through logic. You access it through energy, through visualization, through emotion. See, visualization isn't just imagining something you want. It's a full-body experience. It's mentally rehearsing your future until your brain thinks it's happening now. Dispenza explains that when you do this with elevated emotion, gratitude, love, joy, certainty, your body begins to broadcast a new electromagnetic signature. You become a magnet for that reality. Not in theory, in physics. And you don't have to take just his word for it. Tom Holland, before ever auditioning, would look in the mirror and say to himself, I'm Spider-Man. That level of belief wasn't wishful thinking. It was deep embodiment. In interviews he shared that he saw it so many times that when the opportunity came it felt natural. Demi Lovato once journaled that she would sing at the Super Bowl. There was no record deal, no guarantee, just a pen, paper, and emotion. Years later there she was, on one of the biggest stages in the world, living what she had already experienced inside. And then there's Sarah Blakely, who sold fax machines door to door. Before creating Spanx, before becoming the youngest self-made female billionaire, she would visualize herself as a successful entrepreneur every single morning. Even when her reality looked nothing like her vision. That repetition, that feeling, it shaped her path. These stories might sound remarkable, but they're not rare. The difference isn't luck, it's alignment. When you visualize with intention and combine it with elevated emotion, you create coherence between your heart and brain. That's what Dispenza teaches. The brain sets the intention, but the heart supplies the power. Deepak Chopra echoes this too. He describes the brain as the receiver and the universe as the transmitter. The clearer the signal you send, through visualization, the clearer the return. But here's the part most people miss. It's not about seeing the image. It's about becoming the version of yourself who already lives that image. So ask yourself, what does that version of you feel like? How do they walk? How do they speak? How do they love, work, and show up? Because the more clearly you can feel it, the more powerfully you start to collapse possibilities into physical form. You shift from being a passive observer of life to an active co-creator with the field. And once you've tasted that clarity, that sense of power, you're no longer just wishing. You're remembering who you were always meant to be. Close your eyes and imagine this. The version of you who already has the life you desire. They're confident, grounded, fulfilled. Now here's the question most people never ask. How does that version of you feel? Because the secret isn't just in the vision. It's in the emotion. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that you must teach your body emotionally what your future feels like before it arrives. Why? Because your body is the unconscious mind. It doesn't respond to words. It responds to emotion, repetition, and energy. This is where most people miss the mark. They try to manifest with affirmations or vision boards, but they forget to feel. But neuroscience is clear. The brain doesn't know the difference between something real and something vividly imagined if the emotion is real. So when you visualize the future you want, and back it up with elevated feelings like gratitude, joy, or certainty, your brain starts rewiring. New synapses form. Your body begins producing chemicals aligned with that future. It's no longer fantasy. It's physiology. Lewis Hamilton, one of the greatest Formula One drivers of all time, has spoken about this. Before each race, he visualizes every single corner of the track. He plays the entire race in his mind, turn by turn. That mental rehearsal wires his body for performance. So when he gets in the car, his body already knows what to do. He's been there in his mind. Ed Sheeran, long before stadiums and world tours, would close his eyes and imagine performing in front of thousands. He didn't wait for fame to feel worthy. He started feeling the emotion of that future before it arrived. And his body, his voice, his confidence began rising to match it. And Gabby Douglas, Olympic gold medalist, used visualization daily. She mentally walked through every flip, every landing. She said it gave her control over fear. Because in her mind, she'd already succeeded dozens of times before the actual performance. These aren't just inspirational stories. They're evidence. You don't wait for the external world to give you permission to feel the future. You feel it now, so the world has no choice but to catch up. As Dispenza says, when mind and body are working together, your future becomes your present. That's not metaphysics. That's the law of energy. The coherence between thought and feeling is what makes manifestation possible. And Deepak Chopra explains it beautifully too. The universe is a mirror. Whatever vibration you offer, it reflects. So if you want to step into a new reality, you don't need to wait for the evidence. You create the evidence inside your nervous system first. You show your body through repetition and emotion what it's like to already be there. Start with 30 seconds. Close your eyes. Feel the confidence, the joy, the gratitude. Breathe it in until it's realer than your current circumstances. Because the truth is, the future doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who are ready to receive it. And your readiness, it starts the moment you choose to feel like it's already yours. There's a powerful shift that happens the moment you stop asking, when is it coming? And start saying, thank you, because it's already here. That shift is called gratitude in advance. And according to Dr. Joe Dispenza, it's one of the most magnetic emotional states you can enter when it comes to manifesting the life you desire. Why? Because gratitude tells the universe that you already believe, that you already feel worthy, that your energy is no longer stuck in the past or obsessing over the future. It's grounded in a state of having. Dispenza teaches that the emotion of gratitude is the signal that aligns you with the version of your life that already exists in the quantum field. And when you combine it with clear intention and visualization, you create a complete energetic loop that tells your body, this is real. This is now. But it's not just about trying to feel thankful once and checking the box. It's about making gratitude a daily emotional practice. One that reprograms how you wake up, how you move, and how you respond to challenges. Because the moment you start feeling thankful for the future before it arrives, you collapse the timeline between intention and manifestation. This is where surrender comes in. Deepak Chopra says, the universe operates through silent signals. Surrender is how we begin to hear them. When you release the need to control how or when your desire shows up, you step into the wisdom of trust. You stop micromanaging the field. You become the frequency, and allow the universe to organize the delivery. Let's look at how this shows up in the lives of those who've mastered it. Tom Bilyeu, co-founder of Quest Nutrition and host of Impact Theory, talks openly about using gratitude as a mental technology. Even when nothing seemed to be working, he gave thanks in advance, training his body and mind to believe in the unseen. That practice became the foundation of his massive success. Matthew McConaughey, during his Oscar speech, said he was chasing the man he would be 10 years from now. And every day he gave thanks to that future self. That's not just poetic, it's energetic alignment. He was becoming the man before the world saw him that way. Serena Williams, one of the greatest athletes of all time, kept a gratitude journal throughout her career. Even during grueling training seasons, she wrote about the victories that hadn't happened yet. He felt them, he claimed them, and eventually she lived them. This is the formula. Intention, mind, plus gratitude, emotion, plus surrender, trust, equals manifestation. You don't chase the future. You become someone who already has it. You bless your path, your body, your challenges, your journey. Because when you vibrate in gratitude, you attract from abundance, not lack. You act, speak, and breathe from the truth that it's already done. So right now, pause. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe in deeply. And whisper, thank you. Not because you hope it'll come, but because you know it already has. Somewhere deep inside, you already know this. You were never meant to live small. You weren't born to simply survive routines, repeat old stories, or wait for permission to change. You were born to create, to evolve, to remember your own power. And the truth is, you've never been waiting on your future. Your future has been waiting on you. Dr. Joe Dispenza reminds us, when you begin to emotionally embrace your future before it's made manifest, your body begins to believe it's already happening. That's not just theory. That's transformation. You've now seen how powerful visualization can be when you combine it with elevated emotion. You've learned that manifestation isn't about forcing. It's about aligning. You've heard how names like Tom Holland, Demi Lovato, Lewis Hamilton, Serena Williams, and so many others didn't just hope their future into existence. They rehearsed it. They felt it. They became it. And now it's your turn. Not to try harder, but to step more deeply into who you already are when you're connected to intention, gratitude, and trust. You don't need to see all the steps. You only need to feel the direction. Because the universe doesn't respond to your wishes. It responds to your frequency. As Deepak Chopra teaches, what you pay attention to grows. And what you imagine with feeling, you help create. So wake up tomorrow not hoping for your dream life, but walking in it. Breathe like someone who already made it. Move like someone whose future is now. Smile like it's already done, because energetically, it is. If this message lit something up inside you, stay close. This space is built for minds and hearts like yours, people who know there's more and are ready to live it. So if this resonated with you, take a second. Tap the like button. Subscribe. Not just for the content, but because this is a place that reminds you of who you really are. Now go live today, as if your future had already arrived. Because maybe it just did. Well, you've tapped into the law of attraction. Feel that positive energy? This video found you for a reason. Let's amplify it together. Subscribe to manifest more life-changing content. Like to send positivity back to the universe. Share with someone you care about. You'll both benefit. Comment below with your thoughts or questions. Your engagement grows our community. Next video, I'll reveal a secret to manifest desires faster. Don't miss it. Join our vibrant community of manifestors. Let's co-create an incredible reality together. Your journey to unlimited abundance starts now. I believe in you.